Hello everybody, welcome to the channel. I am Jules, full-time flipper, single mama, the one-woman show, and I'm here to share some bolos today, guys. Wackadoo bolos, actually. That's what I like to call them, because some of them are just really weird, and some of them not so weird, but never know what I might be sharing. And if you don't know what a bolo is, bolo stands for be on the lookout. So these are things when you're out in the wild and you're hunting, you might find something maybe other people might have no clue that is worth money, and you have the knowledge because you have researched and you're watching a wackadoo bolo video right now. Okay, guys, I'm excited. I have some good ones to share today, and we're going to get into this. Let's just cut it out. Any of y'all used to watch Full House back in the day? I think it was Joey, the funny uncle. He used to do that all the time.
Cut it out. I love you, kid. Come on now, cut it out.
So we're gonna cut it out today and get right to it, guys. Let's check out some wackadoo bolos. Oh, let's go. All right, guys, first one. I just found out about this recently, had no clue. I think I might have seen these before, but it's kind of hazy in the memory, so maybe, maybe not. But these are called Battle Beasts, okay? Battle Beasts by Takara. Hasbro is the company name, I guess. Hasbro Takara. They are tiny, guys. They're like not even 3 inches or maybe around 3 inches. So these could be tucked anywhere. I would assume a lot of people would have no clue these were worth money or collectible. Let's see here, guys. So imagine finding like a whole box of these, and that wouldn't even have to be that big because they're tiny. The vintage Hasbro Takara Battle Beast action figures, 27, sold for $159.50, 8 bids. Now, a lot of them are sold in lots, but then you have your singled out ones that go for more money. Right here, the Star Wars Attack of the Clones. He's kind of cool and creepy looking, right? He sells for a little bit more money here. So by himself, he sold for $64.98. And of course, if you ever find them, just look them up because I'm sure there's more than I'm sharing here that are worth bigger money. But yeah, as you can see, there's different ones that seem to sell for a bit more. We'll share some screenshots. Yeah, I don't know what is up with this guy. Laser Beast number 95 Dragon Seahorn, complete with weapon. $350. I'm assuming he's really rare. I don't know. That's kind of crazy just for one of them. Oh, and here we got that Attack of the Clones dude again. Ew, it says beast with a gut. Ew, and look at the guts there. That's gross. I can see why little boys probably like these. And some little girls too. Hey, little girls can like guts too, right? We all can be a little gross. I get it. All right, so here I just showed someone had a picture with a ruler here, as you can see. This guy doesn't even look 3 inches long. Other than that big Star Wars dude, he's definitely bigger. I don't know how big he is, but he looks a little bigger. On the bottom of these, it looks like it just says, let me zoom, 1988 Hasbro Takara, okay? It doesn't even say Battle Beast on them, so it'll say Takara Hasbro. So yeah, definitely something to be on the lookout for. This is a new toy for me, guys. I just found out about it like last week, and I thought, ooh, gotta add it to the bowl list, guys. So now you know, be on the lookout for Battle Beasts. They can be worth a lot of money, guys. Okay, next one is American flags with less than 50 stars. So these are going to be older flags, obviously, with less than 50 states. Seems like the more common ones to find are the 48 star flags. So I'm assuming kind of like the older you get, the more value they have. But some of them, I don't know, depending on the maker and different things, they can range in value. So definitely something to be on the lookout for when you're out hunting. It's just kind of all over the board with these flags. But yeah, as you can see here, like the vintage 13 star Betsy Ross American flag. So that just has 13. I'm assuming size can matter, but also rarity. So like I said, there's a lot of factors that go into this because you can see down here it says antique authentic 13 star linen banner, and that's just a banner. Went for $195. So yeah, all kinds of different ones, guys. Like I said, 48 star. This one's 49 star, and this one 48 star. I don't know. It's really rare, I guess. US vintage American flag, 48 stars. US number 11, MI 44 rare, $2,000 plus shipping. Ooh, lordy. That's a biggie. Oh, and here's another big money one. Vintage 13 star antique US American cloth flag, $1,775. And that had 44 bids. Holy moly. Nice. So apparently, condition doesn't always matter with these. If they're old and sought after, they're going to sell because look at this framed vintage 48 star American flag. I don't really know the story behind that, but holy crap, $999.99. Two bids. So that one's obviously in really bad condition. And this one down here too, 48 star World War II, very large double-sided vintage flag. And it has, as you can see, a hole in the middle and such. And it's still sold for $80 plus shipping. So yeah, this is definitely something to be on the lookout for. I kind of figured old flags probably could go for decent money. I personally haven't been in many situations where I found old flags, maybe a couple times. I never really checked them out, I don't think so. Now that I know that some of these can go for really good money, I'm definitely going to be on the lookout for them when I'm out and about. So good information to know. Good bolo. Okay, so while we're doing flags, we're going to scoot over to pennant flags, okay? Y'all probably know what these are. I've never known much about these. Obviously have seen them, but yeah, I figured they'd be valuable, but a lot of them are made of felt and I think they like disintegrate over time. I don't know about disintegrate, but you know, they can be in bad condition. So I'm assuming not a lot survive that are older and maybe that makes them more valuable too. But I noticed there's a lot of sports ones. But look at here, this cute Snoopy one. Vintage Snoopy America You're Beautiful banner pennant. $210. And yeah, a lot of Snoopy stuff can be worth pretty good money. There's a lot of collectors out there. And here we have some lots. We have a lot of 31 full-size 1980s, and these are just sports pennants. Sold for $150. So nice, nice little haul there. Antique vintage Boston Braves felt pennant, small size. Still sold for $58 plus shipping. Vintage Charlotte Orioles. This one's really cool. Vintage Beatles, 1964. Sold for $81 plus shipping. We got a New York Giants, Pittsburgh Pirates, vintage Houston Colts. Yeah, so basically a lot of different ones, a lot of sports ones, but they can vary. So definitely, if you see any of these out there, guys, look them up. So Bolo, Old American Flags, and pennants. Be on the lookout, guys. All right, next on the list, we're going to do two different kinds of blankets that are worth big money. The one is Pendleton and one is Hudson's Bay. Some of you might know about these. I think they're a little more common, but always good to add in there for those who don't know, okay? So the weird thing is they both have these striped ones that go for big money, both Pendleton and Hudson's Bay. I'll show you. It's kind of weird, but I don't know. As you can see, vintage Hudson's Bay orange label 4-point blanket. 100% wool, $179. Then you'll keep seeing more. Here we go, vintage Hudson Bay 8-point striped wool blanket. Those skinny black stripes there, that's the points. So I've seen a lot of 4 points. Oh, and this one down here has 3.5 points. Oh, this is weird. Okay, I don't know, guys. This one, I was cracking up when I seen this. Vintage Hudson Bay wool blanket. This is a 3.5 pointer, guys. Emerald green, $249.97 plus shipping. And look at this, guys. I seen this picture. I'm like, whoa, is that like on their house? Like I see siding behind it. Honey, check this out. This guy is just hanging this blanket right out of his house. Just, I mean, I was cracking up. As a reseller who likes to sell linen and blankets and such, it can be challenging sometimes trying to figure out how to like take a good picture of the whole thing. So yeah, I have actually a clothesline I use sometimes. Sometimes I even go to my mom's house and take pictures because she has like bigger areas and such to lay things down. It can be challenging finding ways to take pictures of stuff like this. I love that they hung out the window. Here's a new tactic, guys. Do what you got to do to get those pictures, right? Heck yeah. And I was just going to show a lot of these I notice have defects. This has some issues here. It don't always matter with these like really valuable blankets. People still want them. Here's the tag for the Hudson's Bay. A lot of them look like this, made in England. Now we go on to the Pendletons, guys. A lot of these have the really cool like Native American prints, very vibrant and bright, beautiful blankets. And then down here I found a Grateful Dead one. And look at guys, $750. Grateful Dead Pendleton wool blanket, rare vintage, late 80s, space your face. Holy crap, that's probably really rare. And I mentioned before, I thought about doing a video about a lot of the Grateful Dead stuff that can sell for big money. I'm not sure if I really want to because honestly, if something is Grateful Dead merchandise, it's almost always worth big money. So I don't even know what the point is. Any of y'all didn't know that? Oh, yeah, you heard it here, honeys. Old concert t shirts, posters, albums. They have a lot of like bootleg stuff, so much stuff. Main thing to be careful about there is they do have some newer stuff too. So the newer t shirts and such definitely, don't hold a big value, most of them like the old ones do. You definitely want to look things up still, Grateful Dead, but I think there's just so many hardcore fans of the Grateful Dead and collectors. If you do find anything Grateful Dead themed, definitely look it up. That's all. That's all there is to that. Okay. Okay, once again, we have these striped blankets. Glacier Park Wool Pendleton 5-point. This one's a 5-pointer. I don't know, 900, but they took an offer, so who knows how much that one went for. Probably a lot, though. Okay, this is one of the tags I found here. This Glacier Park blanket. Pendleton Woolen Mills, okay? And that has like a little goat on there. A little goat on the hill. And there's also newer tags. Like I found this tag here. It looks more modern, Pendleton made in the United States with the eagle on it there. Definitely, guys, Bolo, baby. Be on the lookout for Hudson's Bay and Pendleton blankets. Okay, guys, here we got a bit of a holy grail number. And definitely something to know because I absolutely guarantee these get looked over all the time. I'm sure a lot of people don't know about this. The Singer Walking Presser Foot Penguin, it's called. They call it a penguin. Now, here's what it looks like. They're just like little tiny attachments that go onto these old sewing machines. And this one is very rare, apparently, and very sought after. Okay, so Singer, and it has a number 160741. Walking presser foot penguin. Even the manuals can go for good money. This is just the manual for the walking presser foot. $145 just for the manual. Okay, these are so rare. Before I looked up the sold comps, I just looked them up, regular, and there were only 2 listed. They both have tons of watchers on them. Like right now, there's these 2 on eBay, and one has 32 watchers and one has 27 watchers. Then I went into more research to see how many I've sold within the last like 3 years I did. It does show on here the ones that have sold and for how much. Definitely something to be on the lookout for. These could literally be sitting in your local thrift store in the like craft section. Nobody would have a clue that they're worth money. I never knew, and I know there's got to be a lot of people out there who didn't know either, so this is definitely a good one to know. I mean, that is like cha-ching, guys. Find that little guy and you're in the money. So definitely a bolo. Be on the lookout for the Singer Walking Presser Foot Penguin. Holy grail, guys. Be on the lookout. Okay, so since we did the presser foot, I'm going to do the other crafty item I found out about. This one's pretty crazy too, guys. These are Queen brand vintage antique embroidery hoops. Now, you've probably seen plenty of embroidery hoops out and about. They're a dime a dozen, guys. They're not usually worth much of anything. And just for reference, in case people don't know what they are, this is what they look like normally. They're just cheap little wood circles with a little screw attachment. Most of the time, not worth much of anything. But these specific ones, the Queen brand, go for a lot. I'll show you how to identify them too. Right here, vintage felt lined 5-inch Queen embroidery hoop with tension wheel, $253, 16 bids. Okay. Honestly, I can't with this. I just wonder why people want these. This is one of them. It's like, why are they so sought after? I'm curious. Vintage Queen embroidery hoop 9-inch oval. So they're not only round, but some are oval and such too. So this one's a 9-inch oval. And that one sold for $450. Maybe the oval makes it a little more rare too. Some of them I notice aren't quite as sought after. Like this one, this is a dial tension core climbed embroidery round metal hoop. This one only sold for $30, and that's still good. Heck, if you found this, for a little bit of nothing, that's still a good flip. So as you probably already have noticed, they all have a little deal on the end there that looks like a button. If you look close, some of them say patent pendant made in USA, like this one, and then some of them actually do say Queen on them. Yeah, basically, if you ever see any kind of embroidery hoop with this round button at the end, look it up, pick it up, look into it. This is another craft item that I could see definitely being overlooked, guys. So be on the lookout for Queen embroidery hoops. Okay, guys, another new one to me. I just found out about this one maybe like a month ago. Put it on my list, of course, to share with y'all. It's Rothy shoes. Rothy's are like an eco-friendly shoe, and they're celebrity endorsed, so they're popular apparently. And they go for pretty decent money, guys. And here I'll show you some examples. A lot of them I've seen are like flat with the pointy toe, but they can look different too. Rothy's the flat mirror stripe red, white, blue round toe retired. They had them for $199, so they took an offer. And here's a close-up, guys. As you can see, big label right at the bottom there. And then if you flip them over, they have the little label on the back too there, and it says Rothy's. So that's something to be looking for. As you can see here, these ones look more like loafers. Yet more of the pointed toe ones. Rothy's Mary Jane Point Coral Dot Woman Size 8.5, $220. Holy crap. Definitely a popular item. They sell very well. Not all of them are probably going to be worth hundreds of dollars, but they are definitely a higher end and sought after. So guys, if you see Rothy's out there, definitely look them up. A Bolo, be on the lookout. Okay, this is one I've known about, but I never really knew the specifics, so I decided to look into it for y'all and for me, so we all know what's going on with these guys. Vintage OshKosh Bagash, OshKosh Bagash. It's almost a tongue twister. Yeah, vintage OshKosh Bagash overalls. Normally kids overalls or baby overalls. It's kind of tricky, guys, but as you can see, some of these that are worth more money have what I noticed is like brighter prints and more fun colors, maybe. I'm sure age is a big factor too. But here we go, guys. Vintage rare OshKosh Bagash sunflower checkered overalls. That's cute. Sunflowers and checkers. $350. We got some cute floral ones. Vintage OshKosh Bagash floral bib overalls. So cute. $150. Vintage girls bib overalls. 18 months. $124.99. Oh, here's some NOS ones. NOS new tags vintage OshKosh fish overalls. How cute. $350. Jeez Louise. Okay. Some strawberry ones for $227.50. So when I was looking into the OshKosh, I found another really cute vintage item that sells for big money in the same kind of spectrum here. Okay, these are really cute. Vintage Hee Haw Liberty denim overalls, and they're from the 70s, I think, most of them. Look at these things. How cute. Vintage 1970s Hee Haw Liberty denim overalls. Child's Youth 3T, $70. Here are these ones sold for $300. Oh, it says men's large. Oh my gosh, they got men's too. That's so cool. They're not only kids, they're grown-ups too. That is so cool. Definitely something you would probably notice when you're out and about because they're very bold, very cool, very vintage. And here this one shows like a little tag. Hee haw, then it says Liberty on there. And here's a little tag inside. These ones look really nice. Oh yeah, dead stock. That's why. They've never been worn. Very cool. So definitely, guys, be on the lookout for OshKosh overalls, mainly children's with the nice prints, and old 70s Hee Haw overalls. Definitely a Bolo, baby. Okay, this one might not be as rare or less known, but I don't think everyone knows about this. So let me just throw it in there. In general, remote controls. Some remote controls can sell for big money. And yes, usually you can find them very affordable. These in particular, I was going to focus on is the Logitech remote controls. A lot of these are really valuable. I'll show you. So these remotes are kind of like bougie remotes, they're like high tech apparently. So this one, Logitech Harmony Elite Universal Home Remote, $171. And here, this is like a new impact kind of deal. Logitech Harmony Elite Remote Control Hub and app, brand new for $379. So yes, even if you find just the remote by itself though, right here, good condition Logitech Harmony Elite Remote, remote only, yep. And that one alone sold for $90, free shipping. Definitely good money there. There's a lot of bread and butter remotes. I have picked remotes up before because I've heard some can be worth a lot, but any ones I've ever gotten have been very bread and butter. I think you just got to know what to look for. I know there's some resellers that make a ton of money selling remotes. It's definitely a good item to be on the lookout for. They sell a lot. People look for certain remotes that they absolutely need, and sometimes eBay's one of the only places they can find it. So yeah, this would be a good item to do a little more deeper dive into and find out which ones sell good. If you're into that and you think you might be able to find them when you're out and about, definitely something to look into, guys. But yeah, in particular, the Logitech ones, definitely good. I think I've heard the sleep number bed ones, yeah, there's different ones that sell for really good money. So guys, definitely be on the lookout for remote controls. They can do really well. Okay, the last one for today is a pretty wackadoo one, guys. Check it out. I heard of this one quite a while ago, but I've never found any real Bolos. Someday it'll happen, I'm sure, eventually, though. Chuck E. Cheese, guys, okay? Now, hold up, hold up.
Hold up. Wait a minute.
Chuck E. Cheese, but almost always it's got to be collectible older stuff. There's a lot of Chuck E. Cheese stuff. A lot of stuff is more modern, and those items usually don't do as well. It really depends, so you gotta look stuff up. But definitely good to know some of these like crazy bolos. I never knew, I don't know if y'all knew, Chuck E. Cheese has been around since the 1970s. I had no clue. Thought maybe 80s, yeah, but not 70s. So here we go. Check it out, guys. There's certain things like old plushes. Billy Bob. Okay, 1981 Billy Bob something showbiz pizza plush doll, $89, and it had 5 bids on it. Okay, that's a little creepy looking, right? Oh yeah. And those like animatronic Chuck E. Cheese things, creepy. And let me just tell you, they sell for huge money. I don't know how people are getting their hands on these things, but yeah, they're very sought after.
My mom.
Money now, like I said, mainly like the older, more rare ones. So, woo, check these out. What is this? Chuck E. Cheese animatronic pair of eyelids. Okay. These are just the eyelids of one of the animatronic things. Oh wow, this is weird. $250 plus shipping, guys. Who's getting these? Who's getting these? Who found eyelids? What is going on here? Vintage Showbiz Pizza Place sign, Americana decor, Chuck E. Cheese. Yeah, signs, any old advertisement signs usually do well, but Chuck E. Cheese, really? $699. And look at this freaking mascot costume head down here. Almost $2,000 for the Chuck E. Cheese head there. Wow. Okay. Then we got some plushies here that are small. 13-inch plush. Chuck E. Cheese Pizza Time 1984. $80. And this Mr. Showbiz guy, he seems pretty popular too. And I also noticed this, which I have heard a lot of old like t-shirts, like uniform t-shirts from different fast food places can do well. So here we go. Very rare 1980s Chuck E. Cheese Pizza Time Theater employee shirt here. $450 plus shipping. This is pretty crazy. Look down here. Apparently these were very limited edition. 188 out of 250 Chuck E. Cheese all you can play band gold edition, and you got unlimited games if you got this. $750 plus shipping for a watch. A band. It's not in a watch, it's like a band. I can't, guys. And here we got the mitts. Chuck E. Cheese hand sleeves. It's just the mitts Chucky would wear, the mascot Chucky. Oh, or are these animatronic? I don't know what they are. Hand sleeves, $150. It's 1977 Chuck E. Cheese first year token. Okay, so that's when they opened, 1977. $148.38 for a Chuck E. Cheese token. Oh Lord, here we got this Mr. Munch 1980s glass. Doesn't he kind of look like Grimace? Yeah, he has a Grimace look to him. $71 for that glass. Wow. Okay. And here's what in the world? Chuck E. Cheese plush kid stuff. 2000 Charm Company rare. $300 for this 28-inch. That's pretty big though. So here, rare Chuck E. Cheese sales booster district manager employee pin, 71. Really? This is $71. Just a lot of stuff, guys. Anything old, it seems. 1980s, of course, the 1970s, even 2000s. This vintage Chuck E. Cheese, another employee uniform, 115. That's cool looking. And of course, we got another animatronic head here, Jasper Chuck E. Cheese, over $2,000 for that head. Like, who's getting these heads though, and these eyeballs and eyelets? So, anywho, that was the last one for today, guys. Old Chuck E. Cheese stuff. Just look it up if you ever find it. It could be worth a ton of money, all right? And be on the lookout for old Chuck E. Cheese stuff. All right, guys, thanks for watching today and for sticking around to the end. I appreciate you, and I hope you learned something new today. And you're having successful selling out there in the world of reselling. I have been doing pretty good at my store lately. I can't complain. I've been struggling a little bit lately with posting at least 5 a day. I usually have that goal post at least 5 items a day. But what I've been doing now is some days I'll do the whole, end like 100 or 50 listings and then do the sell similar thing. So if there's a day like I don't really want to post maybe or I'm not able to, I'll do that instead. So that's been kind of helping out too. That way I'm not so stressed to like post every day because that can be a lot, Like it's a little taxing after a while. So yeah, definitely sales are still doing good. Must be doing something right, guys. But anywho, as always, thank you all for sticking around. Thank you for watching. I appreciate you guys so much. Happy hunting out there, guys. I'll see you on the next one. Toodaloo.